Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Byte-Size Tech. I am joined today with Amy Anderson, Principal of Anderson Technologies.
Hi everyone, good to be here.
So today we're going to discuss something that nobody really thinks about. Over this past year, there's been a lot of movement, whether your employees are moving from office to home or home back to office in a hybrid model, or your company's downsizing, upsizing, just all this movement. And one of those big things that nobody ever thinks about is how they're going to move their IT.
Yeah, it's true. We moved into this office about a year ago, and I can relate. It's a big project. You're trying to run a business, and it's almost like you have two jobs. So trying to figure out how to lighten that load on the IT. Have a few thoughts about that today. Number one is planning. Start early. Don't forget about IT. I know we're all excited about the, where everyone's going to sit in the new offices and the tables and chairs, but plan ahead of time with the IT. Make sure that either you or your IT provider are coordinating with your ISP, so your internet service provider, if it's Charter or AT&T, because sometimes there's a lot of complicated things they need to do and you need to coordinate early. What else were we thinking about?
So you had mentioned something to me that you need special plugins.
Oh, yeah, you just need to pay attention to those little details. In our server room, we have an APC battery, and it has like one of those big round fat plugs,
kind of like a dryer.
Like a dryer,
yeah. Like a dryer at home.
I can't remember, it's called like a NEMA plug actually. So you need to make sure you've got all the electrician's been there, you have everything you need. Look at your low voltage wiring. We really recommend that every employee has a hardwire to their computer, not Wi-Fi. I mean, Wi-Fi is good to have as well, but not as your primary. Hardwire is a lot more reliable, and you're going to have, you won't have to be calling your IT support desk as often. Promise you that.
So many years ago, I was working for a company that moved from one location to a complete new location. And then within that location, while the office space was being built out, we were in this like little cubby hole, like 10 of us in this crazy small room. And so we were tasked with moving all of our IT. So basically I had to move two screens, my computer, all of the equipment. And I was tasked with setting it all back up. And well, for a non-tech person, I had to ask like 6 other people where to plug things into, I mean, now I know now, luckily.
We found over the years that sometimes people try and do that thinking it's going to be less expensive, but it ends up being a spaghetti mess, and it takes more time for IT people and more money for them to come in and kind of get it all organized. So I really recommend, don't have a traditional mover or your employees move your IT. Have an IT team that's knowledgeable about it. Do it for you. They'll hand do it. And sometimes when it's really complicated, they'll take pictures ahead of time, maybe in the server room, to make sure that everything gets put back exactly right, which saves you money, because if it's not done right, they don't have to spend hours figuring it out. So
that's awesome. So one of the big takeaways is plan, and don't rent a U-Haul.
Exactly. And you'll have a really smooth move, and you'll move all your workstations, get those set up, and then the last thing, if you have a server, would be to move your server, and everything will be peachy and you'll be happy. And you can get back to business.
We really appreciate that, Amy. So, our key takeaway here is just that you want the most productive team during this move. So the less downtime is going to be important. And so make sure you're working with a company that can do that for you.
Great. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you all. Have a great day.